May Day, a date synonymous with workers' rights and social justice, has recently taken a new turn. On this iconic day, cities around the globe echoed with the chants of protesters, their voices filled with determination and resolve. The year 2024 has seen some of the most monumental May Day protests that mark the turbulent times we live in. Our journey begins in Istanbul, where the air was thick with tension as police used force to disperse the crowds gathered at Taksim Square. The protesters, fueled by their quest for labor rights and against price hikes, stood their ground, their spirit unbroken. Scene change. The scene then shifts to the bustling markets of the Grand Bazaar, where merchants proudly display their colorful wares, enticing tourists and locals alike. The aroma of spices and the sound of bargaining fill the air, creating a vibrant atmosphere. Scene change. Next, we find ourselves on a serene boat ride along the Bosphorus, with the iconic skyline of Istanbul as our backdrop. The gentle sway of the boat and the call of seagulls overhead provide a sense of tranquility amidst the bustling city. Scene change. As night falls, the city transforms into a dazzling display of lights, with the historic landmarks illuminated against the dark sky. The vibrant nightlife of Istanbul comes alive, with music and laughter echoing through the streets. The wave of protests didn't stop there. It swept across to France, where people took to the streets against poor working conditions and the upcoming Olympics. Their shouts echoed through the city streets, a vivid display of public dissatisfaction and demand for change. In Greece, the call for collective bargaining became a rallying cry. The Greek people demanded their right to negotiate wages and working conditions, a fundamental element of labor rights that has been swept aside in recent times. The ripple of protests washed over to the African continent, where Nigeria and South Africa voiced their demand for salary increases. Workers stood united, their call for fair compensation reverberating across the land. The protests also reached the shores of Lebanon, Iraq, Sri Lanka, and South Korea, where citizens demanded better wages and improved economic conditions. In Japan, the cry for salary increases to offset price hikes rang loud and clear. In Indonesia, the focus turned to the plight of migrant workers. The call for their protection became a potent symbol of the broader struggle for workers' rights. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, the fight for wage increases and job security took center stage. To sum it up, the May Day protests of 2024 were a powerful testament to the global quest for social justice and labor rights. From Istanbul to the Philippines, from France to South Africa, people took to the streets to voice their demands and stand up for their rights. These protests, marking turbulent times, serve as a sobering reminder of the ongoing struggle for social justice and labor rights. They underscore the necessity for collective action and the power of the people when they raise their voices in unison. So, as we delve deeper into the 24th year of the 21st century, let's remember the May Day protests. Let's remember the shouts of the protesters, the determination in their eyes, and the unity in their ranks. For these are not just echoes of discontent, but the clarion call for change. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.